Now there's a huge market for EVs, and everybody knows that you can get your bang for your buck at only one place, and that's in China. But we don't got that available. So we got to go off of what's in the American market. And right now, one of the best electric vehicles you can get in America is Tesla. And this is all the reasons why you should get a Tesla. First off, the best bang for your buck. Compared to an Audi, compared to Porsche's like freaking Cayenne, the one that has 0 to 60 and the same speed as this one, the same 0 to 60 as this Model Y, but costs damn near twice the price. Not even damn near, it's twice the price for the Cayenne. To imagine that people will pay so much more just to be able to have that same brand that they're used to having. So if you're someone who doesn't care about what the news is talking about and you just want the product, you know, you got to separate the faces of it all with the product. If you can do that, if you have the mental fortitude to do that, then you'll be able to get a vehicle that is by far one of the best vehicles I've ever owned. Maybe not the best cornering vehicle, maybe not the greatest at crazy high speeds, but who's doing that anyway? Besides the car payment, you know, it varies depending on what your options are, whether you leased it, you bought it, what's your credit score and all that other good stuff. Either way it goes, the cost of owning this car compared to the car I did want to get, I was considering getting a Tahoe. Compared to that, I can load this thing up from the rooter to the tutor. I wanted a Tahoe because I wanted space, but with this vehicle I have the space. I had roof racks on there but took them off because I didn't need them. In the back you have seats, both seats fold down, and in the back underneath here there's storage under here. They can fit everything, and then there's a secondary storage compartment right here, and then there's storage on the sides. I can get my whole arm on this side. So if you're thinking about a vehicle for storage reasons, for your road trip or something, I was able to get this car filled up with 5 people in it and everyone's bags in here with a cooler comfortably, because you got the storage in the back, but you also got the storage in the front. No more vroom vroom, baby. No more engine, but also no more stinky smells either. No more gas smells coming in my window. I can breathe. People don't consider that kind of stuff. You get an unrealistic amount of storage. And when it comes to road trips in this car, you got entertainment. The people in the backseat can watch the little screen right there. You can control your AC where you want, the same way you can do in the front. You can go to your entertainment section and you can just shoot something on Netflix or Disney Plus or whatever kind of apps you got. It has its own SIM card. Now, if you want the connectivity, premium connectivity, that means like full internet, only $10 a month. And I can watch reruns of Avatar all dang day. Season 3 coming Wednesday for Jujutsu Kaisen. Oh, I forgot about this. So I got an air mattress right here. And this thing, when the seats are down, this air mattress lays out and I can lay in here. I'm 6 feet tall and I can lay in there no problem. Actually, quite comfortably. Now I would do it every day. Would I live in this car? Hell no. But as far as what I can do, like, that's a nice little perk to have. But what cars can you do that in, really? I mean, it'll be kind of crammed compared to the way this one is. Charging this car, first off, is one of the easiest experiences. Compared to other EVs, you gotta go in the system, you gotta have an account, you might have to swipe your credit card, or you have to do the credit card payment on your phone and stuff like that. With Tesla, you just show up, plug it in right there, it's already linked to your account. You already got an account through Tesla. You set up the payment method on the app, which is on your phone. So that means when I show up, no swiping credit cards constantly. You plug it up, when you're done charging, you go. That's it. So simple. And Tesla has such a good supercharging network for non-Tesla users, because we know it. Tesla has the best charging infrastructure out there. It don't matter which one you go to, Tesla's gonna be the best, and it's the most readily available. There's the most, and it's most affordable. I've tried some of the other chargers and they're just not as good as the Tesla one. The whole experience, the amount of times that they're working versus not working, the speed at which the car charges, like, come on. And plus, with mine being the dual motor, it's 4-wheel drive or all-wheel drive basically. So if you ever encounter something like snow or something like that, even sand, you can drive through it and get through it. Now, it's not a Baja Blaster, it's not a snowmobile, but it's good. I mean, especially for it being electric, and it doesn't cost as much as a nice four-wheel drive vehicle with like a Tahoe. If I got a Tahoe with all the stuff that comes on here, even non-electric, the gasoline version of something that's comparable to the amount of storage I have in this car, plus with the speed and the price to own it and everything, I'd be paying way more having like a Tahoe, because that's what it was between. It was between a Model Y or a new Tahoe. But ultimately it came down to Tesla just being the superior buying experience. Tesla gave me such a good buying experience. That's why I went with them 100%, because going on, like, you do it all on your phone. You don't have to deal with no salespeople, no dumb people all in your face asking you a bunch of questions. So where'd you work the past? Cracking a bunch of fake jokes like, bro, I just want to get the car and go. I'm not really trying to be chit-chatting with you. I know what I want, especially if you already know what you want. All you gotta do is go on the app and buy it. I've never given out my referral code for Tesla, but if you use my referral code, I think you get like $1,000 off your purchase, either $1,000 off your purchase or 3 months of free FSD. And I don't even use the FSD because it's not necessary. Personally, the autopilot that comes with it, so when you're driving, the self-driving, I use the auto steer. If you have full self-driving, there'll be an extra tier that'll be added here. So you got traffic aware cruise control, but it's basically like it stops and goes with the traffic that's in front of you. And then auto steer is the same thing as the previous one, except it follows the road, and it can, but like, you're like really follow the road. Like the road could be like real, like a big ass turn, and it'll make that whole thing. And it could be like another turn, and it'll make that thing. And if the car in front of you stops at a stoplight, it'll stop too. It's pretty dang cool. So I feel like the auto steer that comes with the car for free, already built in there, you don't gotta pay extra for like FSD or something like that, is dope. It's all you need, honestly, you know, because when I'm using FSD, I like to intervene and stuff with it sometimes, because I think FSD is still getting worked on. But even still, no matter what car you get, what brand of car you get, there's always going to be like a quid pro quo kind of thing. There's always going to be give and take. No car out there is perfect. I've never seen a perfect car ever. There is no perfect car out there in the world. This one right here is pretty dang close to perfect. So like I said, the supercharging network is the best compared to the other charging networks. But the thing that I love about it is so cheap. I spend, if you go to like an off-peak time, you can literally spend $10 on charging and get like 200 miles of charge. Tell me that's not enough to get around town for what you got to do. People be saying, oh, 200, 300 miles is not enough. Like, where are you going? Where are you going to where you need to go? You need that much charge. Like, you could just charge it up again later. It's not that big a deal. And charging does not even take that long, unless you got like zero and you just want to charge it all the way up to 100%. Did I mention it's fast? It's freaking fast. The dual motor, this isn't even the performance version Model Y. It's just the new Model Y Juniper with the dual motor. It's excellent. Truly is. It's excellent. The acceleration is just so, especially in the normal mode. Just complete standard, all the full power. Put it in standard mode, like it's a lot. Like I usually keep it on chill for most of the time because it's just so fast. You don't even need to keep it on standard, because like literally, I promise you, standard mode is fast. If you know what I'm talking about, leave a comment in the comment section for people who've never driven a Tesla. And if you've never driven a Tesla, I think the most affordable way to get behind the wheel, of course you can go do a test drive at Tesla for free, no problem. You can even book that on your phone as well. Tell them I sent you. But if you want to like rent one for a day, my best experience with renting them was on Turo. The Teslas were always the best deal as well, so I would use Teslas for road trips for years before I ever bought one personally. But you can rent a Tesla, whether Model 3 or Model Y, for about like $100 for a day with unlimited mileage. Cheaper than gas. That's the reason why I use Teslas for road trips, because it is cheaper than gas. Wait, a couple more things. Regenerative braking. You do not have to replace your brake pads. I mean, you do. I mean, you can use your brake pads, but when your car is in standard mode and you have the regenerative braking all the way to like the highest setting, if you're paying attention to the road and you're timing it correctly, you could drive a long ways without ever touching that brake pedal. I mean, not touching it at all, not touching, and just absorb the energy back into the car. Just imagine if you're going down a huge hill or going down a grade for like your road trip. All that energy is going back into the car, and it doesn't feel like it's getting away from you. it's fast, but like other big vehicles, when you're going down these huge steep grades, you got to use the brakes. I remember I went to visit this natural bridge, and I had to drive down this hill, like literally it's like 45-degree angles. It felt like maybe it was steeper. And this one I had a truck, and I could smell the brakes smoking. But with this, going down those hills with the huge grade, it just feels smooth because like it's absorbing the extra energy. Do you understand that? Regenerative braking is awesome. I'd probably say it's one of the best features about this car. That's where the term one pedal driving comes from. So whenever everything, charging, speed, ease, accessibility, and plus it's got accessories for this car out the wazoo. Like people don't know that you can get things like an electric sunscreen, like I got for this one. It opens and closes electric. So in my opinion, this vehicle is the best bang for your buck compared to anyone as far as the vehicles that are actually available in the US market. We can't go off of BYD or Zeekr or something over in China because we as Americans don't have access to those cars. But for the cars that we have here, I'd say the Teslas are killing the electric car game, and they're giving you the best deal for what you can get. The most affordable, most efficient, like compared to Hyundai, Volkswagen, all of them. Teslas are better. Fight me.